All right, let's go to battle today with the Amalekites in Exodus 17. We just want to look at verses 10 and 11 today. It says, So Joshua did what Moses commanded and fought the army of Amalek. Meanwhile, Moses and Aaron and Hur climbed to the top of a nearby hill. As long as Moses held up the staff in his hand, the Israelites had the advantage. But whenever he dropped his hand, the Amalekites gained the advantage. So once again, this is the first mention of Joshua that we find here in this particular chapter, this section of Scripture. And we're going to find him doing what he's going to do until Moses passed from the scene. And that was he would serve both the Lord and Moses faithfully. Joshua was Moses' right-hand man. He is being groomed and trained. And so this other interesting thing is he's leading the battle. And what we think of as Joshua in Scripture a lot of times is a great warrior. He would be the one that would lead the Israelites in battle to conquer the promised land itself and to take possession of it. And Joshua was a great general. That is very clear. But Joshua's victories were not just because Joshua was a great leader or a great, strategic, innovative general or a tactician. Nope. At the end of the day, it was really because of God. And even the talents he had in that area, he was gifted those by God as well. So here we find Joshua working and battling in this. But we also find Moses, Aaron, and Hur up on the top of a nearby hill. Now, they're up there for a couple of reasons. Number one, so that they can see and they can be seen. The men and the people of Israel would be able to see Moses up on the top of that mountain. And Moses is up there, and I believe Moses, he's praying, right? He's holding this staff up in his hand, and he's praying, and this staff is so symbolic of, God's presence and God's power in this moment. He used that staff to battle and conquer Egypt. He used that staff at the Red Sea. He used that staff to bring water from the rock, and now he's using it to bring the people victory, right? It's just a symbolic representation of God's strength, power, and presence with them. So as long as he held the staff up in his hand, the Israelites had the advantage. So he's supporting the battle from behind the scenes, right? He's supporting it in prayer. He's supporting it in faith, and he's right there. But as his hands begin to drop, the Amalekites gained the advantage in battle. So this is, really symbolic of the need for prayer, the need for reliance on God. And the men that were with him, we'll see them in the next set of verses, that they're going to support him. And so we have Aaron, his brother, and we have Hur. And the Bible doesn't tell us explicitly who he is, but there's Jewish tradition that Hur was actually the husband of Miriam, Moses' sister. So this would have been his brother and brother-in-law there with him. And that really does fit the situation. But at the end of the day, the battle was not just about Joshua and the men. The battle at the end of the day was about the Lord and the people's trust in the Lord and Moses' trust in the Lord. And we'll talk about how this ends tomorrow. See you later.